So I'm here with Daniel Fitzgibbon and Rachael Cox, Australian sailing team Scud 18 crew, who just won the Skandia Sail for Gold Regatta and were third overall in the ISAF Sailing World Cup. Dan, first off, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's really good that we won this regatta. It's our breakthrough win, I think, and we're very happy.
So it was a big week for you guys, a great battle with the GBR crew. How are you feeling at the end of it?
Tired. I'm pretty tired. We've been overseas now for 2 months, and yeah, it's kind of to end it. We get to get back home now, and we're very tired, but happy, yeah.
And Rachael, heading into the last day, you guys had a couple of points on the Brits, but had to go out there and still sail a good race, a good 2 races. How was your day?
Yeah, we had a great day today. It's just it's good to be putting into place all the things we've learnt from Holland. So it's fantastic to finish on a really high note.
And it's been a big 2 months for you guys with your Worlds, where you finished third and now here. How are you feeling as a team?
Good. Yep, a lot stronger now than we were before, and looking forward to the next round of competitions starting in Miami next year.
So Dan, this is your second major regatta since winning silver at the Beijing Paralympic Games. How are you guys feeling now?
I think we're sailing better now than we did at the games, actually, so we're getting better, and that's what we're trying at. We're trying to become better at every regatta, and we're better this regatta than we were the last regatta, and we're just moving forward.
And finally, what's next for you guys?
Well, we do South Sydney, then South Melbourne, then we're off to Miami for the OCR, so lot on.
So Nathan and Iain just finished the last day of fleet racing in the 49ers here in Weymouth. Nathan, how was your day?
Actually, we had a bit of an average day. Like, we sailed pretty well, but just sort of lucked out a bit at times with some massive wind shifts. But we got an 18, a 2 and a 17, and we've actually moved into 12 points in front. So on the results wise, it was pretty good, but it was just a bit of a frustrating day for everyone out there.
And then, while Nate says he had a difficult day, you still managed to have a 12-point lead heading into the medal race. That must be nice.
Yeah, it's obviously nice. It means that the boats behind us probably won't be focusing too much on us, and they'll be trying to keep their spot because it's all pretty tight behind us. But I think because we were more consistent earlier on, and our worst result before today was an 8th, it allowed us to drop one of our bad ones, and so effectively, rather than having a really bad day, we've effectively had an 8th, a 2nd and a 17th, whereas a lot of the other good teams have already had a bad one and they've had to carry all the results they've had today. And so it worked out well.
And Nate, the conditions look to be quite tricky out there today.
Yeah, we had a fair bit of weather activity with a lot of clouds and some storms and rain inland, and it was just messing the breeze up a lot. In the first race, it was pretty stable, and then there was a big shift on the second beat that we're on the wrong side of, and then the middle race, we had a bad start, missed the trapeze in one of the tacks, broke the tiller extension, got back in the boat, ended up getting out to the left-hand side and rounding in the top 5. So it was a little bit of luck there, and sometimes it went our way and sometimes it didn't.
And then looking back to a year ago, you guys went into the medal race with an unbeatable lead. It's going to be a little bit tougher tomorrow, but what's the plan going in the medal race?
Obviously tomorrow it'll be a bit tougher than last year. We've got to do more than just compete this year. We've got to actually beat a few boats. I think all we've got to do is stay within 6 spots of the French guys and stay within 7 of the 2 Brits, and we'll be okay. So as long as we don't finish outside the top 7, I think we'll be fine.
So Tom, second last day of racing here in England. You had 2 races out there today. How was your day?
Not so good today. I had a 16 and a 20. Today the sides worked and I struggled. I went up the middle a bit too much and paid the price.
But even after that, you've still got a handy lead going into tomorrow's medal race. Is that right, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's about 7 points, so it's close. It'll mean that Paul Goodison will need to get about 4 boats in between us, I think. And it's a nice little buffer, but anything can happen in a medal race.
And then last year here with the medal race, you guys actually didn't get to race because there wasn't enough wind. Are you looking forward to getting a medal race in here on the Olympic venue?
Yeah, definitely. I really want to do some racing in the harbour here where the medal race course is. We don't do too much sailing here, so we're always out of the harbour. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure.
And one of your fellow Aussies had a great day today with Ryan Polk winning the first race. Is that good to see?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was nowhere near him on the course, but I saw, hard right-hand side, and he worked the shifts out there, and saw him come into the top mark with a big lead, and he held on, which that was pretty tough to do actually. So he did well.
And then looking towards tomorrow's medal race, what's the plan for that?
I'm not too sure yet. I've got to talk to my coach and decide what sort of tactics to use, and I think it'll be just Paul and I, and we can't lose second place overall, so who knows, we'll see what happens. Maybe a match race, maybe not.
So Matt and Mal, second last day of racing here at the Sulphur Gold Regatta. Matt, how was your day today?
Yeah, it was good. Went in today in first position, but very close, only 1 point. Came out of the day, I think 2 points back, so going into tomorrow, it's really who beats who. So, yeah, not a bad day.
So then a big one tomorrow for the medal race, Mal?
Oh, hopefully we're going to be dining on some frog legs tomorrow night, so we'll see how that goes.
Very good. And Matt, what were the conditions like today?
We had a bit of a mix of everything, and probably all in the same race, actually. We started the race in about 5-6 knots, got up to probably 15 knots, got down to 2 knots. Very tricky, very shifty, so it's just a matter of playing the wind, trying to keep an eye on your competitors, but really just taking with what you got and throwing the dice a bit.
And now heading into tomorrow's medal race, it's a little different to your last medal race where you'd already wrapped up the regatta, but what's the plan for tomorrow then?
I suppose we'll just have to see what the conditions are first before we formulate a plan, but I suppose the good news is we can't do worse than a medal. The third place boat is some considerable points behind, so I suppose they're not going to be a huge threat, and we'll just, depending on the conditions, will depend on what we do with the French. Maybe we'll attack, maybe we won't. We'll just have to see what tomorrow brings.
So Nicky, when we caught up with you last night, yourself, Nina and Olivia were locked 1-1 with the Swedes. How'd your morning pan out today?
Yeah, we had a pretty challenging morning. It was really light. We had probably about 5, maybe 8 knots of breeze, shifting probably about 120 degrees. So we were lucky we won the first race. We were actually behind off the start, but managed to outshift sail her, and coming around the bottom mark for the first time, we got inside her and she didn't give us room, and she had an automatic red penalty. So we were able to sail away from her from then. The second race, she was ahead off the line. She sailed really well. She had a pretty big lead on the first lap, but we managed to close it down the last leg, and she pipped us just on the line. There was 8 metres within it. And then the third race, we won the start, and that was it.
So from there, you headed into the semi-finals. Who are you up against there?
Yeah, we're against Anna Tunnicliffe. She'd just come back from a pretty nice win against Lucy McGregor. To come into the semi-finals, we raced her 3-0. It was pretty good racing. We won the first 2 races pretty convincingly. Just led off the start and sailed 12 shifts. Third race was quite interesting. We got a pre-start penalty. We managed to wipe it off and give her one as well. She was ahead for the majority of the race. At the last top mark, she went for a dial down, misjudged, and we were able to sail inside her around the top mark, and that was it.
So it was a pretty exciting semi-final.
Yeah, the last race was. It is first 3 wins, so we had another 2 races up our sleeve, but it was kind of nice to go down 3-0.
So now tomorrow you head into the medal race. Who are you up against there?
Yeah, we're against Claire Loire from France.
So that's going to be a pretty big one for you guys?
Yeah, we raced her twice so far this regatta. Unfortunately, we've lost to her twice, but we're ready to change that tomorrow.
Cool. So heading into tomorrow, anything particularly going to aim to do, or is it just go out there and race the conditions?
Just pretty much race the conditions. Like, the conditions were varying a lot today. The wind shifts were crazy out there, so I just got to try and pick them. Olivia was doing an awesome job picking all the shifts today, so hopefully we can keep it up tomorrow.